In the year 2140, after humanity has fled Earth to a faraway planet, BBS Corp has planned to restart the industrialization of this newfound planet. However, seeing the previous effects of factories on the now dead Earth, protesters on this new planet have gathered to fight against the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the film.
Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful day out here in the BBS Core Factory grounds. We are students from BBS University, and our superiors allowed us to come here and take soil samples for our studies. So here I have a soil sample right here. So right now we're going back to the laboratory to get our tests done. So bye-bye. We'll see you at the laboratory.
Meanwhile, outside the walls of the BBS Corp factories, there were protesters that await them.
Save our environment!
The water is killing us!
BBS Corp is destroying our environment!
Stop BBS Corp!
Do you guys want blue babies?
No, we don't! No blue babies! Do you guys want acid rain destroying our houses?
No!
No!
We hate BBS Corp!
We hate BBS Corp!
Save the earth, please.
Save the earth!
While the protest continues, the students make their way to the laboratory.
I don't think there are ammonium ions in the soil. I'm not sure though. What do you guys think?
I think you're wrong. Let's prove this by conducting a simple test. If we hit an ammonium salt with a base, the ammonium ion produces ammonia gas. We use this reaction to prepare ammonia gas in the laboratory. Ammonium chloride and calcium hydroxide, both in solid state, are usually mixed when heated. The ammonia gas produced can be tested with a moist red litmus paper, and a positive result will be a color change from red to blue.
After further analysis of the soil, we have found nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium ions in the soil. We suspect that this may be because of the added fertilizers in the soil. The fertilizers can be ammonium nitrate, ammonium phosphate, and potassium nitrate.
Other than the acid rain, nitrate ions in the soil may also be because of the nitrifying bacteria in the soil. We may also think that the presence of nitrate ions in the soil is due to the acid rain. Dylan, would you like to explain on how that happened?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Klanda. Well, nitrogen and oxygen react in motor vehicles or in lightning strikes to form nitrogen monoxide that is further oxidized to form nitrogen dioxide, which then dissolves in rainwater to form acid rain. Now, acid rain consists of hydrogen ions and nitrate ions, and when this solution is introduced into the soil, the number of nitrate ions will increase in the cell.
Well, this concludes our study on the soil. We would like to address the protests that are occurring right now in the BBS Corp companies. Though we cannot speak on it directly, we would like to pass it on to our school teachers, Mr. Gopi, Mr. Jeffrey, Ms. Tess, and Ms. Chandila.
Good morning, everyone. Today I'm here on the grounds of the BBS car factory, here with Mr. Gopi, Mr. Jeffrey, Ms. Chandira, and Ms. Tess. For the first question, I'll be asking Mr. Gopi, why are you all investing in BBS Corp nitric acid industry?
I think we can all agree that nitric acid is a very good industry to invest in. It's very stable and the profit is like amazing. So nitric acid has so many industrial uses. Well, for example, 80% of the nitric acid produced here, well, actually 80% of the nitric acid produced worldwide is used for ammonium nitrate, which is a commercial fertilizer. And this fertilizer is used all around the world. So you can imagine how much money like a single factory can make. So other than that, nitric acid can be used for plastics, the manufacture of synthetic fibers, or even TNT. As someone from the military, ex-military myself, TNT is a very, very good, useful tool in warfare. I shouldn't promote warfare. I'm sorry. I'll pass this on to my colleagues.
Okay, so this is just a random question, but could you explain why the factories may have been all built so compactly together?
Yes. Well, just for context, the factories that are built so compactly together are the BBS Haber industry, BBS nitric acid industry, and the BBS ammonium nitrate industry. Now, they are built this way because the products produced from one factory can be used in the other factory. For example, the BBS Haber industry can produce ammonia, which then can be used to help produce nitric acid in the next factory. Essentially, all of the nitric acid produced is made by the ammonia oxidation process. With the proper catalyst, ammonia is then oxidized with air to yield nitric acid, oxide, and water. The nitric oxide is further oxidized with excess air to yield nitrogen dioxide. The nitrogen dioxide may then be absorbed in water to form a water solution of nitric acid. Furthermore, ammonia can also be used to form ammonium nitrate, and ammonium nitrate fertilizers are made of
nitric acid and ammonia.
Okay, so for the third question, you must have seen the protesters outside the factories, right? Do you have anything to say regarding the protest? Let's ask Mr.
Me and my colleagues believe that BBS Corp ethically disposes their factory waste and does not contribute to the issue mentioned by the protesters. This issue will also be further explained by Ms. Chandira after this. In a few more days, BBS Corp's lawyers will also release a statement regarding that. Thank you.
Okay, so Ms. Chandira, one of the protesters' concern is eutrophication. Could you explain how BBS Corp's ammonium nitrate factory may contribute to this?
Yes, I agree. I think that the main reason they may be protesting is because of eutrophication. Eutrophication is an enrichment of water by nutrient salts. This can be caused by fertilizers being washed off to rivers. The ions in rivers may include minerals such as nitrate ions. This can cause an increased production of algae and aquatic plants, which will cover the water surface, blocking sunlight for marine plants to conduct photosynthesis to produce oxygen. The covering of water surface prevents oxygen from dissolving in water, causing the depletion of fish species and the general decrease of water quality and other adverse effects.
Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you everyone for coming.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Klanta, for
you.
Thank you,
interviewing
Ms.
us.
Clara.
Thank you, reporter.
After multiple days of protests, BBS Corp's lawyer have finally prepared a statement to speak on behalf of BBS Corp on whether they are guilty of the environmental concerns brought up by the protesters.
After heavy analysis of the surveys conducted amongst the protesters, we, the lawyers representing BBS Corp, have found that the most of the protesters are concerned about acid rain. We represent BBS Corp in saying that our factories do not contribute to the formation of acid rain in this area. Our factories do not produce nitrogen monoxide nor nitrogen dioxide. Additionally, the ammonia we produce is oftentimes reused to make nitric acid, ammonium nitrate, or otherwise it would be important to other countries. The waste products of our factories are also very ethically disposed of and does not contribute to the acid rain in this area. In reality, we have documented proof in this briefcase right here that the acid rain in this area is largely due to the usage of motor vehicles.
Acid rain has many harmful effects on the environment. It usually consists of sulfuric acid and nitric acid. This harms rivers, streams, lakes, and other water bodies as well as their aquatic life due to the low pH of the rain. It is also important to note that acid rain increases the amount of nitrate ions in river water, and when this contaminated water is processed for drinking, the nitrate ions are difficult to remove and may cause several harmful effects when ingested. Acid rain also lowers the pH of water, causing danger to plants, especially trees or crops and farms. Acid rain may also react with calcium carbonate or metal in buildings and statues and hence corroding them.
We, the BBS Corp lawyers, believe that although acid rain may be harmful to our environment, we have came up with a solution that it can be easily controlled by catalytic converters. The equation is as follows. 2 carbon monoxide will react with the nitrogen monoxide to form carbon dioxide and nitrogen gas. Furthermore, the harmful effects of acid rain can be controlled by using calcium hydroxide or calcium oxide for soil pH, and calcium carbonate can be used for the river pH. Calcium carbonate is insoluble and neutralizes the river pH if it increases in acidity, but does not dissolve in the lake to change the lake's pH. Another great way to reduce acid rain is to produce energy without fossil fuels. Instead, people can use renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power, as renewable energy sources help reduce acid rain because they produce much less pollution.
BBS Corp realizes that acid rain and carbon monoxide are harmful for us and our environment. We, as BBS Corp lawyers, think that they are considered towards the residents living in the area. For example, they have provided free installation of catalytic converters. This is because the nitrogen oxide in the atmosphere can form acid rain as mentioned before, and the nitrate ions in the lakes have made our workers very ill. So the purpose of these converters is to use rhodium or platinum to catalyze the reaction between NO and CO to form N2 and CO2.
This meeting is now closed.
Although humanity may be finally safe on this new planet, who knows what else the future holds? Subscribe to BBS Big Chemistry to find out more, and thank you for watching.